Hi guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Jack, and in this video we're going to be talking about ICP. We're going to be doing a technical analysis as of today. Going to be giving you some price targets to the upside if things keep running our way. And in fact, I'll also be showing you how our trade is now almost reconfirming. So yesterday our trade was invalidated on ICP, but actually today a lot has changed and it is looking like it's potentially going to reconfirm within the next 24 hours, but obviously we will have to wait for that final confirmation signal. So all that and more in this video. So before we get in, if you wouldn't mind, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, guys, and clicking the notification bell. It really helps me out, and you'll actually be notified of these videos when you actually need them. And who knows, it might end up saving you some money. So let's dive in. So we've got ICP here on the weekly time frame. So nothing much has really changed since our last video. We are still carrying out this huge breakout of our RSI downsloping trend line. Our price is above our weekly EMA band, looking bullish. And our RSI has just retested our midline support here, so all is looking good, and you are looking at still targeting that 140 to 250 sort of range for ICP in this bull run, which would be absolutely fantastic to see. But apart from that, there on the weekly, there's nothing really much else to see here. As I say, we've just backtested support perfectly on the weekly time frame. Now, if we dive in a little bit deeper, we're going to go to the 2-day time frame. So yesterday, my trade was invalidated just due to how much time ICP had been spending below this EMA band. If you might remember, essentially for these altcoins, one of my capital protection strategies is whenever we see price falling below this EMA band and sort of hanging around here, not doing anything, I like to get out just because it helps me avoid crashes like this where you lose 50 to 80% of your money, which obviously I don't like to be involved in. So basically, yeah, it's to keep me protected from that. But however, things are looking a little bit better today now. I'm not back in yet, but if we keep seeing this bullish momentum here, guys, and we close above this sort of $12 level here, I will then re-enter this trade. It will be, for me, that would be a reconfirmation. The trade will then be valid again, and I'll have an easy place to put my stop loss. So basically what I'm looking for here, guys, is I'm looking for ICP to close a 2-day candle above $12. So that would be breaking this down sloping trend line and also closing above our EMA band. So you've got two conferences there. And for me, that would make me feel a lot more comfortable because I can enter my trade here and I can just have an easy stop loss just below our wicks here. So basically the invalidation will be the same as before, breaking below and closing below the EMA band. But yeah, if we do see ICP close above $12 here on the 2-day time frame, I will be happy to jump back in, which would be fantastic. Now, you're probably wondering why I sort of do this. And guys, the reason is, I'm not sure how long you've been in crypto, but for me, I've went through 2 bear markets already. And one of them, I had absolutely catastrophic loss where I lost everything. And it's sort of that trauma of going through that has sort of inspired me to have these strategies. Whereas, yeah, you might lose a couple of percent here and there. Like for me, if I jump back in at $12 here from where I exited, I'm going to lose basically 15%. But for me, that is absolutely fine and worth it because eventually I'll get out of one of these trades and it will result in a huge drop like that. So that's the reason behind why I do what I do. Obviously, you have no obligation to do what I do. But they're just giving you some insight into why I did sell some yesterday. But as I say, ICP is looking a lot better today than it was yesterday. A lot can change in a day. So if we see that break above $12, I will happily jump back in, take my position back 50%, 15% higher than it was. But all in all, it doesn't really matter if I'm looking for it to go to $150. So let's just zoom right in here to the 4-hour time frame as well. Then, so one positive that we've seen here is on the 4-hour time frame. So we're very much zoomed in here. We've seen a break above our EMA band. We've seen a retest, and now we're looking at targeting this higher trend line along with our prior resistance here at 1140. So your immediate resistance for today will be 1140. If we do break that, right? If we break 1140 here, guys, breaking this resistance and this trend line, pretty much you will be set up for $12. And if we just slap on the 200 SMA as well, that again is falling in around that $12 level. So basically, once we break out of this sort of 1140 level, where our trade is likely to be confirmed, because I predict that once we break through this, we see an immediate move back up there to that sort of $12 level, which would be absolutely fantastic. Now, should we close back below the CMA band on the 4-hour time frame, that would be quite negative, and we think you're going to go back and retest these lows. But as of right now, as of Tuesday morning, this is looking good, and I really do hope so. What kind of took me off guard there yesterday, in fact, and might be a good sign of things to come, is that quite unexpectedly for me, Bitcoin pulled back yesterday. If we just zoom into the 4-hour time frame, I was expecting this level to actually be lost. It didn't, but even during this pullback, the Bitcoin dominance was dropping. And this took me by surprise. I was not expecting this. Altcoins were looking pretty weak, but nevertheless, Bitcoin dominance dumped. So it's almost as if we're starting to see a change of momentum here, whereas our altcoins may in fact be beginning to outperform Bitcoin, which would be absolutely fantastic to see. But as I say, it isn't confirmed just yet. We've seen a small drop in the Bitcoin dominance. What we really need to see is this lower high actually confirm and put in a lower low. If we do see that, guys, it'll be absolutely fantastic, and I do think our altcoins will really run. So there you have it. I've given you some insight into sort of why I took my trade yesterday, why it was invalidated. It is in line with my strategy. It's not sort of just random buying and selling. There is a strategy in place here that I follow just to protect my capital from catastrophic loss. But as I say, if we break $12, I'm back in full position on ICP with a stop loss sort of below $8.80 there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that video today. If you did, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas, and yeah, enjoy the holidays, and I will speak to you in the next one. Bye bye.